lucky this morning. Still got awful jet lag. My name is Penny, if you don't already know. I am the head of KALBS Buckles. I'm not at all prepared for this, just saying. I've got tons of work to do. However, I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a vid. So, what am I doing? I'm working on Springgate by Joel McIntyre. This gorgeous one here. It is a square and it's a big one, 90 by 70. I have done half a row. I am using my baby blue limited edition cook tray. As you can see, not sure if these are still available from Kitten Up Kitten. I'm also using my squishy pen from Kitten Up Kitten. I'm using my butterfly release papers from my shop, and I'm using Elizabeth Ward. Let's get cracking. So how are we all doing? I hope we are good. I am, as many of you know, I've just got back. Well, I've been back nearly a week. And jet lag, guys, is killing me. I am struggling like nothing. I can't keep awake during the day. I can't get to sleep at night. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I am, as I said, got loads of work to do. I am currently, can't do anything because my ink ran out. So I'm waiting for that to be delivered today. Should be delivered some point this morning. So, and I didn't do any diamond painting whilst I was away. Did take one ready to do. Didn't even open it. I was so busy having fun. And then by the time we got back to the hotel, I was absolutely shattered. So, didn't do any. I've bought a few goodies, which I think you would have already seen a couple. You would have seen my Diamond Art Club purchases that I got from Hobby Lobby and Joanne's. And there's a couple more coming up that you will see next week. I'm trying to spread them out a bit so that you guys can see what I got, and you got a few more than just one video. Annie is working on putting together a couple of videos just to share my holiday with you. I did intend to do a couple of lives and whatnot, or a live while I was over there. It just didn't happen. It just never happened. But I've got to say, be no good as a vlogger. Just spent my time enjoying myself. To be honest, half the time I sort of did things and then thought, oh my God, I should have videoed that. I think the highlight for me was I had breakfast with Winnie the Pooh. That was the highlight, but we did have a fabulous time already trying to sort out the next one. Horrendous time getting there. And I have vowed I will never ever fly British Airways again, because they literally, 5 minutes before getting to the airport, they cancelled my holiday. They cancelled the flight. 5 minutes. Now, we had to be at the airport for... What time did we have to be at the airport? 6 o'clock in the morning. And obviously, me being me, we did stay at a local hotel the night before. That's it. First video coming back, and my pen wants to mess up. We did stay at a hotel before. In fact, let's start from the beginning. My son came up on the Sunday night. So we spent the evening together, which was really, really nice. And then on the Monday morning, I dropped off my boys to the cattery. And then he dropped us to the hotel at Heathrow via Kentucky Fried Chicken. Obviously, got to have a bit of Kentucky, haven't we? We can't get Kentucky where we live, so whenever we get the chance, we do grab it. It was actually a really nice, excuse me, drive down. But yeah, settled into the hotel. Hotel was beautiful. It was only like Premier Inn or Travelodge, something like that. But guys, it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. So me and Annie sort of tried to get as early night as we could. But excitement, you know. But yeah, we got up, headed to the airport. Just before we got there, got an email saying the flight had been cancelled. So that is when the anxiety came, or started. Because believe me, it was just the beginning. We went straight up to a British Airways rep, who was it was lovely, absolutely lovely. He then proceeded to book us onto another flight. Now, originally, we were doing a stopover in Miami. However, that got changed to Dallas. You know, go and see the Cowboys. And then he got us on a flight. He said, right, it's only leaving 50 minutes later than the original one. So I thought, perfect. Do you mind Dallas? No, I don't mind Dallas. Just get me to Orlando. That was my thing. Just get me there and get me there today. Wow. We was feeling very hopeful. Literally went through security. Security at the airport were absolutely amazing. They saw me with my stick. Because everything that had been booked on that original flight, excuse me, bearing in mind that I'd paid for seats together, because we were a little bit concerned that we weren't going to be seated together, so I actually paid for seats to be together. That was completely crap. Paid for seats together, had all the, what they call, I can't remember what it's called. Had it all so that we had priority boarding, that was it. Because of, obviously, it takes me a while sometimes with my stick. And then, just use your single placer pen. I lost all of it. So, but they were good. They were like, no, ushered me through security. Annie got stopped and had to be patted down. But it was because she forgot to take her Pandora bracelet off. So everything was fine. But literally took 5 minutes. So we go through. They'd given us some vouchers for the inconvenience for breakfast. So we went into, can't remember what it was called, but it was like part of Witherspoon's in there. So we went in there, had some breakfast. Then there was a delay. They moved the flight from 10:50 to 11:40. I thought, oh God, don't care, we're still going to get there. Then they moved it from 11:50 till 12:40. I thought, sod it, we'll miss our connecting flight. We was all ready on the plane, boarded, ready to take off at 12:40. However, we didn't actually take off till 2 o'clock. So we arrived. It was a really uncomfortable flight, which was a bit concerning because Andy's anxiety, we had a lovely woman in front of us that decided she was going to recline her chair all the way back. So I ended up swapping seats with Annalie, so Annalie wasn't squashed. I did ask her to move it, if she could move it up a touch, because couldn't even have the table out, that's how much she was. To be told was she paid for her seat. So whatever. Anyway, got the flight, got to Dallas. Whilst we was on the flight, the stewardess come over and basically said, right, we know we're going to miss your flight. You have been booked onto a later flight. So I was like, fine, no problems. We'll get there. So it meant that when we got to Dallas, we had 2 hours to sort of go through customs, get our luggage, put it on the next one and get the other flight, which they said was plenty of time. Well, it wasn't. What they failed to tell us was that the flight, the connecting flight, was at the opposite end of the airport. Immigration was absolutely packed. Then they turned round and called us into a separate room because Annalie's Esther lasted longer than her actual passport, which I did check, and I was told was completely fine on government websites, on the Esther visa website, everything. So by the time we got to the gate, however, I've since found out that Esther runs out the same day as her passport runs out. So I don't even know what the query was. Anyway, they were lovely. Can't complain about the people at the airport, really, because they were like, we got sent into this little room. 5 minutes later, they come out and they said, right, what day are you leaving? I said, 9th of April. And they said, all right, have a nice holiday. And off we went. So I don't even know why we were put in that room, to be fair. Anyway, got out of there, collected our cases, literally went round the corner, dropped them off again. Went to check in for the flight, to be told that we were too late. Now, it wasn't just us, guys. The whole plane missed the connecting flight. So American Airlines, because that's who my second flight was with, said, right, we've booked you on to one It was the last flight of the night. Said, we've booked you on 7:30 in the morning. So, did the boarding passes, did everything. So when we come back, we literally just had to go through security. Great. By this time, it was like 9:30 in the evening. And I'm thinking, right, so where do we sleep? There was a few people that were sort of getting comfy on the chairs for a night in the hotel, in the airport. And I was like, no. I'm not doing that. I shouldn't have to do that. So I went all the way back to the other side of the airport. Found the British Airways desk and basically said, you got to put me up. So they put us up in a hotel. By the time we got to that hotel and got into the room, because you can imagine there's a whole flight of people, and it was a lovely hotel. It was midnight. So we basically was told we have to be back at the airport for 4 o'clock in the morning. So we sort of went to the room. Bearing in mind, we've got no change of clothes. We haven't got our suitcases. But to us, that was like, don't even care. Don't even care. Just get me to Orlando. I sort of only got into bed and I said to her, well, Anley, going out, I need at least 1 cigarette. So we went out. I went out. She stayed in the room. She was absolutely knackered, bless her. Excuse me. I went out, sat there talking to my neighbour Kay on the phone, because at that point it was like we'd left the hotel at 5 in the morning at Heathrow, and at this point it was now 3 o'clock in the morning UK time. So she was then on her way to the airport to get her flight. So I had a little chat with her. You know, the lovely cowboy come over and say, howdy, ma'am, which was quite cute. So, had a cigarette, went upstairs, absolutely conked out. Managed to get about 2.5, 3 hours sleep. And then we had to get up, go back to the airport to get the 7 o'clock in the morning flight to Orlando, which absolutely was a lovely flight. I think Annalise slept the whole flight. I was just at that point of waiting for something to happen. You know, like waiting to hear that no flight's been cancelled or flight's been delayed or blah, 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 all that. We landed in Orlando. It was a lovely flight, bit of turbulence, because what I know now that I didn't know then is there was a big storm about to hit Orlando, but didn't care. Just, we got there. Got there, got our luggage, got to the hotel. And that's when me and Annalie started to get that, oh my God, we're actually here. We were absolutely shattered by the time, luckily, the people at the hotel, Rosin Inn at Point Orlando is where we stayed, which I stayed many times. years ago were absolutely amazing. I had phoned them from Dallas and said, we're not going to get there tonight. Please don't give our rooms away. So we got there. Normally you can't check in till like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, but they were lovely. They were like, no, we know you've had an awful travel day. Let's get you settled. So we had a ground floor room, and it was a lovely room, nice and clean. Cannot complain about that hotel at all. And we were like, we've wasted, like we'd lost a day. We should have got there. I think it was like 5 o'clock the evening before. So we'd lost a whole day. We were so tired, but we were determined we weren't going to lose that evening. Now, bearing in mind that my neighbours were arriving that day, because originally they were coming a day after, but we got there a day late, so blah-de-blah-de-blah. So we said, sod it. We spoke to them. Their connecting flight was in Charlotte, so I spoke to them when they was in Charlotte. Excuse me. We went off, got our magic bands, which I'll explain in it later. Went down, we did go to Disney to sort out all of the, like, we had tickets, but it was sorting out. We had like an e-ticket. So we went down to Disney. It absolutely poured with rain. So we said, sod it, let's go to Disney Springs, which it's nice there, but I liked it when it was downtown Disney, to be fair. So, yeah. And then we got back. Them guys were supposed to land at 9:30. They didn't land until, I think it was like 1 in the morning. Because of the storm, they didn't land till late. So I was knockout by this time, because at that point we'd been travelling for hours and hours, guys. It was absolutely crazy. So, yeah. So we got there. They got there, like I said. We didn't see them that night, but we saw them in the morning, which was nice. It was like it was at a point where, at one point, when we got to Dallas and it was all going on, and I was like, just get me a plane home. Just get me a plane home, because this is absolutely ridiculous. I will never fly British Airways again, and I will never, ever do a stopover again. I'm not doing it. Like, number one, if the flight had been delayed and there wasn't a stop-off, we would have still got there that day. And the reason that I like to get a flight there where we sort of land early evening is because of the time difference. Like, when we first got there, we were 4 hours behind the UK. For a week, we were 4 hours behind. Which meant we originally was due to arrive there 7 o'clock, or I don't know, whatever time it was. But it meant it would be midnight, so we'd get there and we'd just have something to eat, have an easy evening, go to bed and try and get into the time zone. Because of the whole not getting to Dallas until 9, it was just crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Right, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be back in a second. Right, I'm back. Let's get the next colour. Tell you what, I could actually sit and diamond paint all day. But that won't get the work done, will it? My body is still on holiday mode. We want to just sit and relax. I don't know if I will take, next time I go, I don't know if I'll take a diamond painting with me. I think I will, like, yeah, that's Monty. He's come back very vocal from the cattery. The cattery, I cannot recommend enough. They were absolutely, well, put it this way. They are being together all day now. We're still separating them in the evening, like when we go to bed. We had a bit of a scrap yesterday, where 1 minute they were sitting like inches apart and were being very pleasant. 5 minutes later, I was taking Malcolm's fur out of Monty's mouth. So they both got put in timeout. But oh my God, came back. And this cat, Monty, has not left my side. I think he missed me a little bit. And it was really weird because I'll tell you something, being away, Maria, the lovely lady at the cattery, it's called Lakeview Cattery. She was sending me messages, she was sending me pictures. So I didn't worry them at all. But as soon as I knew I was sort of on my way home, it was like, I need my boys. So yes, we did. My son picked me up from the airport. We dropped the cases off at home. Ended up different airport, but that's a story for another day. And we went straight and got them. So the first thing we did is went and got my boys. Malcolm, for the first 24 hours, wouldn't give anybody any love. So he was obviously sulking. Monty, however, who doesn't give love, he just takes it. It's just come back really vocal. So maybe that's his thing of, you abandoned me. But bless them, they're both settled back now. So that's the main thing. They're both settled back to somewhat of normal life. Annalie she went back to college on Monday. I think she went back to college Monday, came home, literally got into bed. She got into bed to warm up, is what she says. Because obviously we've come back to awful weather. Hailstones and all sorts, yeah. And we're really feeling the cold. Like, really feeling it. So she really felt the cold. She got into bed, went asleep, didn't wake up till Tuesday. And I thought, well, if you can do it, I'm doing it as well. So I went and laid on the bed. Because like I said, I am struggling with the jet lag. So I went and laid on the bed. And this must have been about, what time must it have been? About 6 o'clock. Woke up at 10 o'clock. Annalie had obviously woken up at some point in between because she turned everything off and sorted herself out. put the cats away and whatnot. She'd sorted everything. So I woke up at 10 o'clock, had a drink, went back to sleep. But yeah, already trying to plan to go again. We really want to go for Christmas. We've put in a complaint to British Airways. So we're definitely gonna get some compensation, because like I said, we lost a whole night, lost a day at the hotel, a night at the hotel rather. And then there were issues coming back as well. So we're going to see what we get from that. And then hopefully we book. It'd be really nice. I used to go to at Christmas all the time. And nothing beats Christmas at Disney. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But yeah, we did have a lovely time. I can't, even though it started and ended crappy, thanks to British Airways, we want to go. We had a lovely time. It ended up where, to be honest, coming back the night before we came back and the shit hit the fan again, it was, at that point, it was like, just get me home. I just want to go home. Like, I would have flown to anywhere in the UK at that point. Not doing very well here, am I? But yeah, we had a lovely time. I will be doing, hopefully. Now, I say I'm going to do a video. I'm trying to get back into the swing of doing videos. However, I do have loads of work to do. And I'm also, like I said, suffering with this jet lag. So, you have to bear with me, guys. But I'm hoping to do another WIP on Friday, because I've got loads and loads of comments to read. I did catch up before I went on holiday, but, you know. And you're most probably, it's going to end up where you had more videos on when I was on holiday than you do now. There's a couple more unboxings to do. Now, I haven't bought anything in the releases. I've been very good while I was away. Although, as you would have seen, I did buy a couple of, or 3 Diamond Art Clubs when I was over there. I'll tell you, the price was amazing. So yeah. But like I said, wouldn't never fly with British Airways again, which is a shame. But I was so stressed out, guys, like literally. And the thing is, I know this sounds, well, to some people it might sound silly. Hopefully, like some people, you may get what I mean. Although Annalie's been many times, this is the first time she kind of really remembers it. And for her first flight that she was really anxious about, and then we had all the palaver, and I was just so disappointed. Because for us, like that morning when we were going to the airport on the Tuesday morning, we were in that mode of, oh my gosh, it's happening. And it was just so, like, number one, because I was so stressed. Obviously, that didn't help. But she was absolutely amazing on holiday. She was, her anxiety levels were really good. She didn't have any panic attacks. She took me on a few rides that thought I was going to die. And she thought she was going to die as well, to be fair. But yeah, we had such a good time, such a close connection with us both. And it was so nice because she does so much for me at home that it was just nice for her to have that break. Like, we went to the water park and we were going on water rides and she was laughing and I was like, let's do it again. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So, yeah, we both handled, or I think we both handled the crowds quite well. Obviously, we've come home and it's back to, no, I'm not going to Sainsbury's now because it'll be too busy and there'll be too many people. You know, but it's just a completely different atmosphere there. Completely different. But yeah, we got there, we had a fab time and we got home safely, and that is the main thing. Now ready to book up for the next time. And yes, we will be going there again because we absolutely, it renewed my love of Disney, and Annalie was just mesmerised. She's very much a princess fan, and she got loads of pictures done with the princesses and the characters. So yeah, we'll be back. Disney, you have not seen The Last of Us. But what have you guys been up to? Have you been busy dotting away? And before I forget, are we all ready to get stuck into DIY DP that is just a few weeks away now? Hopefully going to do a million drill drop. That's what I think Sam's called it. Now, if you want to know any information about it, it is the best thing to do, to be fair, is to head on over to Kitten Up Kitten's page. The lovely Sam, who I missed terribly. No, I didn't really. No, I did. I did speak to her a few times. I'm hoping to see her at some point this week, next week, whenever we can sort it. It was her birthday yesterday, so big happy birthdays to you, chick. I did speak to her. I know she was gonna, when I spoke to her, she said she'd finished work early and she was gonna go home and just diamond paint. Because after all, as much as we do videos, it is a hobby to us as well. So it's nice when we just dot away, and it's not for a video, it's just for us. So, but yeah, DIY DP, May 24. It starts on the 1st of May. There are, it's called DIY DP because it's conversions. And it doesn't need to be a new start. It doesn't need to be a finish. So if you're in the middle of doing one, join in. You can get, like I said, if you go over to her channel, Kitten Up Kitten, you will, there's a video being put up. It's got all the details. It's been running now. I think this is now the 3rd year, possibly. Sam, let me know if I'm wrong. But it's a lovely little community. We do have a giggle whilst we're doing it. There's some amazing prizes to be won. So head on over. I will be doing it. I will be taking part. I'll be doing some videos for Sam. Not sure what days yet. She'll just tell me, Pen, do a video this day and that day. But yeah, we always have a lot of giggles on there. So feel free to join in. And if you're not doing a conversion, or conversions are not your thing, then just come along for the ride. Like I said, you don't have to. It's not a no. As far as I know, there's no minimum amount you have to do each day, so there's no pressure. I think if she's going to stick to the normal prizes, which I think she is, there's 3 main prizes, which is most drills laid, most percentage done, because let's be honest, they are 2 different things. Because if you're doing a Mahusive one, then your percentage is going to be a lot lower, but you may have put down more drills. So, but yeah, if you need to know any of the details, how to enter, anything like that, click on over to Kitten Up Kitten's channel, and she has got videos up that explain it all. And I know that last year when we did it, because she does it twice a year, when she did it last year in November, it was not far off 1 million drills. Like, not one person, but everybody put together. So that is why this time she's trying to get that million drill drop, which will be blooming amazing. Try picking up a drill pen. But yeah, it's going to be a fab event as normal. Come on, get out. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I don't even know how long the video is going to be, but I've got so much to do. But for now, guys, thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy this kind of thing, along with unboxings and all different kinds of stuff, please think about hitting that subscription box button. See, look, I can't even talk properly. And if you hit the little bell, you'll hear ting every time I upload a new video. And yes, I know I need to get my nails done. But that's the least of me problems right now, loves. Yeah, give us a thumbs up. Helps me get seen out there. Helps me build the channel, which means the more content I can do. But for now, have an amazing day. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.